Hello, welcome back to Chitter Chatter. How are you, Jocelyn?
Good evening. Good. I'm doing good tonight. It's a Friday.
It is Friday night, and I'm super excited for tonight because we got a good subject for you guys. I think all the men and women can relate to this one. Can men and women be friends? Thoughts?
Okay, so I think it all depends. I think
Okay.
there's a lot of factors. So, to me, my husband does not have like a friend that's a girl, like best friend. I'm assuming when we say friends, we're saying best friends, right?
Yeah. No, not best friends, just in general. Can you like go and have a cup of coffee if you're with the opposite sex and have it just maintain friendship? And this is for marriage and non-marriage. This is for people like that just want to have an opposite sex friend. Can that really work? So whether it's marriage or not is a generalized question.
Well, so yeah, you would have to. I'm a specific type of girl, so I do feel that if I mean, like for me, if my husband came to the table with a best friend before me, and I didn't find her, and we got along, and I didn't find her invading in the sense of me feeling insecure, I wouldn't have a
Mhm.
problem with it. Um, if it's a new friendship, I'd probably be a little weary because
Famous,
yeah.
famous quote from a movie. Let's see if you can guess the movie when I give you this quote. The quote from the movie is men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way. Do you know what movie that's from?
I do, I do, but I don't. Like I know I've heard that. Can you give me an idea?
Nope, I'm just going to tell you. It's
Oh, yeah,
when
totally. Yeah, that's not the one I was thinking, but oh yeah, he says that.
when Harry met Sally. So he does
Yeah.
say that in the movie. And, every time I get to that movie and hear that one part, aside from the moaning part in the diner, but this one part when he says men and women can't be friends because the sex gets in the way, it always makes me stop and think. Okay. And it brings me back to things my husband has said in the past, what other guys I've dated have said in the past, and then also how I naturally feel when I had been single and having a male friend. Do they really just see me as a friend? Kind of a thing. So I do feel that that is true. I
Mm.
feel that uh, men have trouble being friends with females without at least one time wondering what it would be like to be in bed with them.
Well, I think I'm gonna say that I think most people think that, even just on occasion. You know what I mean? Like just you might find
Okay.
a guy, good looking. You might just think about that, but obviously you're not gonna, hop on it. But being having a friendship just makes it more plausible, you know?
Right. But because you're saying that, so if that's true, what you're saying, and you think that, and I definitely think that, then it's understandable why a husband or a boyfriend might be like, no, I don't want you going out and meeting that friend. I don't care how long you knew them. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Does
I no,
this
I do think if they came to the table as best friends, um, I mean, like that's like what's the difference if you're best like let's like us, If
Mhm.
just because I'm female makes it okay, but what if I was a guy? Jocelyn is a unisex name. So what if this Jocelyn was a guy and we were friends? Like, would you really let me go?
Jocelyn is a unisex name?
It is. It's actually a French name, and it started off as a boy's name.
Never heard of that, of a guy having
Yeah.
the name Jocelyn. That would be a first for me. Never heard
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's a French name.
Okay, well, okay, so you're my best friend. But like I'm thinking back in college days, I had a gay male friend in college who was the best. He was so awesome. His name was Patrick, and he was just the coolest guy ever. And he used to like color my hair with Miss Clairol box hair color and make me put
Why?
on.
Wait a minute. Why are you coloring your hair in college? What do you mean, like a darker color?
Yeah, I used to, well, remember I was a redhead then.
Yeah.
And I look red now, but I'm really dark brown with red. I have warm red in my hair, but back when I was in college, I had red hair, so I would go buy, and I forgot what I think it was like medium auburn Miss Clairol boxes. And I would buy them like once a month. I'd get a box and I'd do my roots. And
Oh.
he was so funny. He was like a mix of, well, it wasn't a mix. He was very much like Kramer from Seinfeld. He would just help himself to my room whenever he wanted. He'd just come busting in and he'd be like, girl, I'm gonna do your hair tonight. And then he would like mix the color and he'd be all in there and everything. But he would like steal my food. He would sleep in my
He
bed
was,
when I was at classes.
yeah, just like a regular girlfriend, like just
He was so
like, yeah.
fun.
But
So,
listen, if we're talking about like a gay best friend for a girl, I totally think that's okay.
right, it's totally
Whether it's
okay,
a new friend or not, for some reason it's different.
but it is a guy, so it's probably
So
the only scenario that I think most heterosexual guys would be okay with
yes,
you having as a friend,
correct. I
right?
agree. Yes.
Unless they sneak it. Like, in other words, they're lying about being gay just so they can hang
Oh,
out with you.
although I probably have an issue if they were bisexual.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's a hard
So,
one. Yeah.
but I really think that, okay, so I think about, now that I'm talking about this, I think back to all the male friends. I had a friend named Steve. Do you remember Steve, my friend Steve, the bodybuilder? He used to come to all
Yes.
my gigs.
Yes.
I think about him. I hope he's not watching right now. I think about him. Okay, and it's always going to come back to this, guys. You're gonna get used to
Not
hearing
gay,
this.
by the way, everybody. Not
Oh
gay.
yeah, he's not gay at all. No, he's not gay. But you're gonna often hear me on Chitter Chatter and on the other channel always talking about my band because it took up such a large portion of my life. I was the only female in a band of 5 guys,
Right.
who were drinking, having fun. I was around that sexualized atmosphere. It was very
Yes.
charged and everything. But thankfully, my husband today, who was my boyfriend then at first, was my guitar player. But still, you know what I mean? I never asked him. Did he ever worry about the fact that there were other guys around me? And the fact that we had fans that were males, and I would have to go talk to them for business purposes.
I think he trusted you. And obviously, still think he trusts you.
He
And I
does.
think, I mean, that's probably like the big takeaway here. If you allow your husband or your wife to have the
Mhm.
opposite sex friendship, it's a matter of trust.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And then there's my bass player JD from Blasted. We became very good friends for a long time, but it's weird, you know what I mean? Because it is a man, and I don't know. I think that if the husband knew him and was friends with him, and the communication between the husband and boyfriend, it could be a boyfriend too. If the communication is that they're friends too, because in
Right.
order for you to be a male friend to me, I would think out of respect, you should try to bond and have the same level of friendship with the boyfriend or husband. And if
Right.
you're not, it's not going to work.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week. I definitely think it's a matter of respect and
Hmm.
respecting your girlfriend's husband. Remember, we had that whole conversation last week.
Hmm.
It's important. You might not like the guy, the husband or boyfriend, but out of respect of your friendship with your girlfriend, friend, you should I don't know, not to say cater to him, but you should accept their relationship
Yeah. Yeah. By the way,
because
you
that's
look
what
really
she's
pretty.
choosing.
You look really
Oh,
pretty tonight. I
it's the
like it.
lighting tonight. It's
I just like the sleek ponytail with the black and the simple chain necklace. It looks so pretty.
oh,
Yes.
thanks.
So have
It's
you ever had a male friend that you can speak of that you can compare this to?
no,
What
no,
are you talking about? You have tons of guys all around you all the time.
I do, but they're not my friends. Like I wouldn't call them up and be like,
They're
"Hey, what are
your
you doing?"
they're
It's
your
not like
husband's
a
friends.
friend, like a girlfriend. I do like I'm friends with all my friends' husbands or boyfriends. I have no
Hmm.
problem, hanging out if we're at a party or talking whatnot. But I don't like I love talking to my girlfriend Judy's husband Rob. We always talk about cars and stuff, and
Hmm.
he's so great about explaining things to me. There's a lot of things we have in common, so I love when we engage. But I don't call him and be like, "Hey, what are you working on today?" So I don't
Hmm.
do that.
It's funny.
So, do
My husband.
you? Do you have a friend?
No, not anymore because my husband really does believe that it doesn't matter who he is. He, at one point or another, has imagined you with him. And I'm
And vice
like,
versa, and vice versa. It's definitely vice versa.
no, I don't think so.
I think women do just as much as men. Maybe not as much, but I definitely think women
Yeah.
do too.
Well, women are not built the way men are in terms of men are
sexually driven and yeah.
sexually driven, and it's all about their down there, and
Hmm.
and we run on emotion, and they run on
Right.
sexual stimulation.
But that's what I'm saying. You're having a guy who's a best friend, and if you're speaking all the time like you would your girlfriend, it does get emotional. So it could develop that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a
And
slippery slope for a marriage, I think. Can it
definitely.
happen? Yeah, it can happen, but I just think it's a slippery slope.
Hmm. Well, now I live by these rules where, like, okay, so I do have couple friends at, all around, you know what I mean? Just in the network of my kids, in church and all
Right.
that. And the rule is, when we follow this pretty good, is it's actually inappropriate that if you need to speak to the man of that other couple, that you don't call him, you call the wife. And he should never call her for anything. And that's for something like, okay, let's say somebody finds out so and so got breast cancer. Okay. And me and my husband find out that a couple friend and the wife gets breast cancer. Well, it would be not okay in my husband's eyes for him to text her direct and say, I'm really sorry to hear about that. It would be more like he would text the husband and say, I'm so sorry about your wife. And I would take care of her.
Okay, so I don't think that's a wrong scenario.
Mm-mm.
I think it's a nice, like, rule, but I think it depends on your relationship. Because let's say it was me, right? I'm the one with cancer. I would so appreciate a personal text from Johnny if he had said that, as
Yeah.
opposed to coming through your mouth. So I think it depends on the relationship.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. And I feel like you're exempt from all that. You know what I mean? I really do. I feel like I
That's what I'm
would
saying. Like it depends on. I think it
on the
depends on the
person.
relationship. Like I would call my brother-in-law in a
Hmm.
heart, if it happened to him, I wouldn't say to my sister, "Oh, tell your husband I'm so sorry," or I would
Hmm.
say sorry to him in person, but I would make that phone call and be like, "I'm so sorry." It's my
Yeah.
brother-in-law, and then maybe okay, so maybe brother-in-law is not a good example because it's his family, but I would do it for Johnny if I found out
Okay.
Johnny did. I would like to personally call him or text him.
Hmm. Well,
I'd want to.
I know something pretty scandalous that I'll say that relates to all this. But before I do that,
Okay.
make sure you guys are liking this video right now. Get those likes going and comment below if you believe men and women can be friends and that's okay and it wouldn't involve anything else, or that comment about if you think that a man looks at every single woman in his life at least
And
once in that
and actually,
way.
I would love to know if you do have a friend, or if your husband has a friend that's the opposite sex, and if you're okay with it, or if he's okay with it, because
Hmm.
it's out there. I mean, there is a situation out there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. They are out there. And I'm going to tell you one right now that's pretty scandalous. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
not going to say names and I'm not going to give you the time frame. Okay.
Okay.
Because I don't want to like out to anybody here. But I know of two married couples that were best friends, absolute best friends. And they had kids and everything. And the one man started catching feelings for the wife of the other couple. Okay.
Oh, this
And
happens all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
But this is somebody I know, close in my circle. And he literally left the woman for that other woman. And I mean, how weird is that? And then they
It
got
happens.
married and they got married.
Wow. They actually got
So
married.
so the kids from both of these couples originally would hang out together. They would, just like, imagine one of your couple friends, right?
Right.
They get together. So the kids were like great friends. They'd have sleepovers and they did
Right.
dinners and outings and
They were
vacation.
like cousins. They were like cousins.
They were like cousins, and next thing you know, they were stepbrothers and sisters. So
They're
it's
like
like,
sister cuz.
but imagine waking up one day and realizing that I got to turn my mic down, by the way. I think it's a little too loud. Imagine waking up one day and finding out that daddy is now with your parent, your parents' best friend, the woman,
No.
like how weird is that? right?
No, waking up to think because you used to call him uncle, and now he's daddy. So you're like, Uncle Daddy,
Uncle Daddy. You're crazy. You're
Daddy
crazy.
Uncle.
Do you know of any situation? Like, tell me one that, I mean, you have to know somebody that happened with, where like
TV
friends.
shows, TV
No,
shows.
no, come on,
No,
give us a real world
yeah.
one. Come on, it's got to be
I'm
somebody.
sure it does happen. Nobody in my circle that I know, and I
You
don't even
don't
know who you're
know of
talking about.
anything juicy? Come on.
I mean, no, I
No,
don't.
I
I mean,
know of.
I do know of a woman who, cheated on her husband quite often, and they are now eventually divorced after 15 years. Um,
But yeah,
but
but not with his friend. No, it has to be with a
no,
friend, a male friend.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
I don't know. No, I don't
crazy.
know anybody. Not in my
That's
circle. Although I do have that's not really the same thing, but I do know a cheating scandal,
you do.
just for shits and giggles.
No
So,
names.
okay, well, I don't know the actual names, but
Okay.
I am a dental hygienist,
Okay.
and I was temping at an office one day, and somebody had told me the story. They had temped at another office because they were temping too that day because I guess a lot of people were out. They were temping at another office, and it turned out that she found out that the boss over there was having relationships with the receptionist. She actually caught them like on the day that
That
she was working there. Yeah. Anyway, so when she came to work at the present day, now we're temping together. She has temped at this particular office before, and she told me she was telling this story. Apparently, she tells this story all the time. She was telling the story to the boss, to the dentist that owns practice, and it turns out that the boss that she saw having an affair was his son-in-law. So
what?
he's a dentist. His daughter marries another dentist,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out that he's the one having the affair with the receptionist.
Oh my gosh. Did you ever see
So
the movie Damage?
so wait, he had to go. He had to go and
Oh,
tell
okay, you
his
got
wife,
more. I'm
his
sorry.
daughter.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
God.
no, he had to go home and tell his daughter or find
Oh.
out.
So the daughter's
Yeah,
husband was sleeping with
the receptionist.
the receptionist
Right. So
at the
his
dad's
son-in-law was a
office.
no. His son-in-law was a dentist. He had his own practice.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
woman who caught them was a temp assistant.
Oh
So
my
she caught
gosh.
them, and so she was just telling the story to tell the story. I mean, they have different last names. How would she
Yeah.
know? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a real sick movie. It's from the 90s. I used to watch
they're
it.
all
I love
they're
all the
all
sick
messed up.
movies. I love all the sick and drama movies. It's called Damage with Jeremy Irons, and it is sick. Okay, so he is like it's he's like a British forgot the name of
A lawyer.
whatever. He has this high position in politics, okay?
Okay.
And he his wife is this beautiful woman, okay? And his wife says, "Oh, our son is coming home from school and he's engaged." He called to say he's bringing her home to meet us. So the son comes home and the dad's like 50, really good looking. Jeremy Irons plays him. The,
Yeah.
the son comes home and brings his girlfriend, and she's all weird and quiet and everything like that. And he takes one look at her, the dad, and he's like smitten and in love with her. And they hardly have any words with each other. They're just staring at each other the whole time. And literally the next day, he calls her up because he had found out where she worked. And he gives her an address, and boom, she's like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." And they get together, and it's just this constant, like crazy, like dark, juicy sex scenes everywhere. It's horrible.
It's called
I don't.
Damage. I'm gonna watch
It's
it
called
tonight.
Damage. It is bad. No, let me tell you something. It's a really bad movie. I remember I showed one of my friends. Remember my friend Natasha?
Yeah.
remember
Yes.
showing. I remember showing my friend Natasha, and we were watching, and she looks at me. She goes. She's like, "You really like this movie?" I'm telling you, it's juicy, but it's very weird at times. I'm letting you know it's
It's
really
like
weird.
the
Though.
movie War of Roses. Remember
There's no cheating in that.
No, but they were just violent. We're talking about violent. We went to violent movies in the 90s. Well, he
Oh,
cheated
okay.
on her, and that's why they were getting divorced.
Oh,
But
okay.
but anyway, it was a
Yeah.
very violent scenario.
You know what? There's so many good cheating movies out there. Remember Unfaithful? Oh my gosh, with Diane
No, I didn't see
Lane.
that one.
Oh gosh, Diane Lane, Unfaithful. Then you've got Fatal Attraction. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Fatal
that was
Attraction.
good.
Hello?
That
I
was
will
good.
not
Yeah.
be ignored, Dan. She gets pregnant, she boils the kid's rabbit.
Oh,
Do you remember
crazy.
that?
That was the 90s or 80s. That was in the 80s or early
Late
90s.
80s, yeah. But I love
Yeah.
that movie because the acting is just phenomenal and it's such a good,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's people get to be like people are entertained by infidelity. They
Oh,
really
yeah.
are.
It's true.
I think it's because it's so forbidden. It's wrong. You're not supposed to do it. But I mean, I think people that would never do that get into those movies because it's like, you would never do that. So let's watch somebody else's life go down the toilet.
Yeah. It's true. Well, I want to see their misery.
Which is so bad. It's not a Christian thing to do, but what do you get? And nothing like curling up and watching people's doom. Get the popcorn.
What are they going to do to each other next?
I know.
Get them. Get them.
Anyway, that's another question, guys. If you're watching right now, have you ever, made a huge mistake like that in your life? Or maybe your significant other made a mistake like that. Or maybe you broke up or you got a divorce because of something like that. Tell us about it below. And then when we do a live, we'll bring you guys on and you can tell us your stories. I would love to hear it.
Yes.
So yeah.
Let me hear your juice.
Give us your
story.
Give us your juice. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Oh. Yes. All right.
Got to use those.
Yeah, got to use that's my husband's favorite sound effect. It is. So anyway, guys, right now these are just video uploads. Our goal is to not do video uploads. We're doing them because we're trying to teach YouTube who we are. But now we're up to almost 450 subscribers.
Hey,
That's
thank you,
excellent.
everybody.
Congratulations. And the goal is to come on live, okay, and do a show with people. So that is what we're looking to do. So make sure you guys are liking this video, subscribe, share it. And yes, we will see you next time. You ready?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.